What up? What up? What up? This is Mike the Philosopher here with another one, y'all. This one, RTL, the finale. All right, we're in the finale of RTL, and let me. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Is it me? I don't know. I just got this big sigh. I don't know if it's relief. It's just if it's what I don't know what it is. It's just like, okay, let's get to the next season, okay? I don't know. Listen. I'm just not buying a lot of stuff going on here, okay? I'm not buying a lot of it. Without further ado, let's just go right on in. All right. First up, you know, let me say this first of all. I was a bit surprised that we had some, I guess you could say, breakthroughs. All right. We had some breakthroughs. What were the breakthroughs? The breakthroughs were, and listen, don't get on me too much. I'm just saying this is just something I noticed. So just relax. One of the breakthroughs is we had some big girls. Okay, we had some big girls at the top. I wouldn't say at the top, but I would say left at the end of the season. Okay, because normally a lot of big girls don't get chosen at the end of the season. They just don't. I can think of one. I think her name was Vernicia or something like that. I think but I don't think she was chosen. And she was with Joel. I don't know if y'all remember that season. Vernicia is going to be on Make That Move, by the way. So check her out on Make That Move. But we had some big girls this season. Aries, she was left at the end. Janelle, she was left at the end. Okay, practically the two biggest women on the show. They were at the finale. So it's just something I noticed. We had to point out. We had some records. That means, look, listen. Still hope. There's still hope for a more voluptuous woman. That's all I'm saying. We also had some women who were a little older. Okay. Aries, she's 43, 44, something like that. Janelle, 42. So we had some older women make it too. So older, fluffier, more voluptuous women got to the finale. I think this is the first season I've seen that. I'm just saying. I just had to point that out. So there is hope for women who may have. Look, listen, man. I don't know, y'all. A part of me just feels like this was by design. I'm just being real. I just feel like this was by design. I feel like somebody in the background is really trying to get their older, bigger women involved in the show. And I'm not I just was not buying the whole Janelle and Quentin story. I'm just not. I'm just not. But I digress. Let me go ahead and go into it. All right. First up, and everybody met at the last brunch, and Quentin looked at Janelle and he said, "You look amazing." Okay. And I think you had to turn the volume up, but I think he said, "I love all that light skinness. I just love that light skin." I turned the volume up. Y'all probably didn't turn the volume up. I turned it up and I heard that part. But you have to turn the volume up to hear that part. He said he loved all that light skinness. And then he said, I know I can be a jerk sometimes. I'm just saying. And then he really did say this. He said, when I'm with you, I light up. I light up. Now look, Janelle has a big face. She has light skin. She has nice, bright teeth. I think your boy is infatuated with the lightness. Show me an ex who is the same color or darker than Lee, and I will believe he's not a colorist. But I think Quentin is a colorist. I think it's pretty clear. Okay. When I'm with you, I light up. Yeah, okay. You light up, all right. I know some of y'all think I'm crazy by thinking this, but I'm just telling you, man. Look, this guy is a colorist. He is. How he can, like, listen, let's be real. Janelle is not more beautiful than Lee. But you never hear him say, in his own words, in his own time, that Lee is beautiful. You never hear that. So show me an ex who's darker than Lee, and then we could talk. Then so I say, oh, you know what? Okay, I dropped the whole colorist thing because I can clearly see he's with a woman who's just as dark as Lee. But until then, I'm gonna think the brother's a colorist. Next up, Aries meets up with Phil, and she looks nice and everything, and she's still talking about this whole career thing, and if I'm Phil, I'm just so tired of this conversation. What are you tripping about? Okay. It's almost like she's getting cold feet. My whole thing is this. Aries, why didn't you figure this out before? Why did you choose Phil in the first place? Why did you even let it get to this point? If that was so important to you, why didn't you lead with that? There were other guys that were probably a little bit more stable financially than Phil. You mean to tell me you didn't you ignored all of that, and you just fell, I would say head over heels, but it wasn't head over heels, but you started falling for this guy romantically and everything, and you wait until the end to start tripping about this. Like, this is why I say this whole season was exhausting to me to watch, to experience, because it's like I just see a lot of bad decisions, y'all. I'm gonna just keep it real. I just see a lot of bad decisions. I see a lot of people who don't know how to date, who don't know how to move with purpose. I just see a lot of people who being fake, phony. Is this for TV? Is this for show? Is this to get, big girls included? And I'm not saying they shouldn't be, because I love big girls too, but I'm just saying, like, what are we really doing? What is the real motive here? Like, is this for ratings? Like, for real. I'd like to see couples get together and it makes sense. Absolutely none of the couples make sense. Absolutely none of them. And I'm not even saying that that's their fault, but it just seems like it was a manufactured season. It seemed like as the seasons go on, it gets more Hollywood to me. Like, when the first seasons of RTL, you can kind of tell those were they seem more genuine. The connections seem more genuine. The eliminations seem more genuine. Everything seemed a little bit more realistic. And as we hitting season after season, it's becoming more and more soap opera, Hollywood, ratings driven. Is it me? Is it me? I don't know how many of y'all have watched RTL from the beginning. I watched RTL from the season 1, okay? And I see a difference. I see a difference from season to season to season to season. And it seemed to be getting way more Hollywood now than it used to be. Used to be more real, more realistic things. There were some people who were didn't like each other, and things were a little more natural, a little more normal, a little more realistic, okay? And then you got Quentin, a trainer with Janelle. I'm ranting, y'all. Let me stop. Speaking of them two, Q met Janelle's cuz, right? And he said something, and you have to turn the volume up for this one too. He said, cute, cute, cute.
Ah, yes, yes. Cute, 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 and cute. The dangerous combination.
And I was like, what? Oh, okay. I get it now. No, I didn't understand at first, but I get it now. Okay. And then her cousin asked, I don't know, it was just a surprise. Well, I can't say it was a big surprise, but after I seen the mannerisms and everything, but I was like, okay, ain't nothing wrong with that, but I just wasn't ready. I'm just saying, I just wasn't ready. Okay. But her cousin asked about their differences and stuff, and differences in age, and they got the same answer. Oh, we don't know. We're not thinking about that until somebody brings it up. Oh, same thing with the kids. They don't know what they're going to do until it comes up. It's like, oh, give me a break with all of this, for real. Y'all are grown as hell. Okay. I'm just not buying it. I'm just not buying it. Or either is fake and manufactured, or they have absolutely no idea what they are doing. They just don't. Let me say this. Well, I'll say it later. Let's keep moving, okay? Morier meets up with Kat and her family, right? And right off the bat, I could tell Kat cuz is like, what? Like, she automatically thinks that Kat is too good for Morier. I could already see it. I could already see her cousin kind of, I want to say, judging more. Well, yeah, she was judging. Okay. She's like, just kind of looking at him, and I could just kind of tell that she didn't think Morier was good enough for Kat. I think she feel like Kat can do a lot better. I can't say her friend was wrong about that. I can't say if her friend was right or wrong. I said to myself, I don't think that Kat and Morier make a good looking couple aesthetically. Like, it just doesn't even look right. You know what I mean? It just doesn't. And that could be because of the looks difference. Kat is a high 9, and she's up there in the scale. And Morier is for guys, I don't know what Morier is, but he ain't no 9. Okay. To me, he seemed like he more about a 5 or 6 for a guy. I don't know, but that's a woman's decision. I don't know, but Um, and the height is just different. You know what I mean? Cat cousin was like, "Can you stand up? Just stand up. That's all." Yeah. Moria was like, "Oh, that's new. I don't know. Whatever. I'll do that." Does this make you uncomfortable? And they looking like the WNBA, looking down at Moria. He's like, "Hey, no worries. I can climb trees now." One thing I give Moria is he keep his cool. He got some nice little snapbacks. He got some you know, he can kind of go back and forth with you. You know what I mean? He can snap back at you, and he got some pretty good recall. It's similar to Herbert's. It's up there with Herbert's. I think Herbert was even a little more quick on the draw, but Morier is right there with him. You know, he can keep it moving too. He think fast on his feet too. So shout out to Morier. He didn't let the WNBA intimidate him. You know what I mean? So, um, and and she was like, the cousin was like, she didn't want Cat to move. You know, and I get that. You know what I mean? That's not only your cousin, that's like your best friend. Maury talking about going to Africa, and Kat was like, "Yeah, I thought about going to Africa." Listen, man, let me be real. I don't even know how real that was. I don't know if Kat is willing to go to Africa. I mean, she could, but like I say, Kat is carbon. She's carbon based. She kind of gets along with anybody. I don't know why this fine ass woman is not in a relationship. I don't understand. I don't. Something is going on. Something is going on that I don't see. Okay, because Kat is spectacular. Okay, spectacular woman. I love the height. Okay, I'm past 6 feet, so you know I'm good. I'm good. You got heels on, we'll be good. We'll be all right. Even if we eye to eye, that's all good. I dated women 6 feet, 6 feet one. You know, I love the eye to eye contact, but I love short women too. So height doesn't really matter to me. I can take them in the middle, tall, short. The tall ones, that's too much information. Anyway, let's just say that I could take women all heights. So I'm sure Maury probably feel the same way. I never had to deal with a woman that's taller than me, though. So uh, the most women got was, my height or lower. But I never dated a woman taller than me. So I don't know. So I don't know what that feels like. So um, but he did keep his cool, keep his composure. I thought that was cool. And Morier said something about his household. He said he has total control over his house. And Kat said the cousin didn't like that. Didn't like that at all. Now, ladies, 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 ladies. Men are confused. Remember this conversation later on because I'm going to explain it a little later on. Remember the conversation of Morier taking control of his household. We want to talk more about that later. All right. Anyway, Cat cousin said she didn't like that. She didn't like the fact that he had such a close relationship with his baby mama. Okay. Morier said, it's not a thing. We've been separated 7, 8 years now. It's not, you know, so it's not a thing. I believe him. I believe him. So why do I believe him? Well, because I was separated for 7 to 8 years. Now you know something about Mike the philosopher. Yeah, I was separated for about 7 to 8 years myself. So that's why I believe him. And it's not a thing. It's not something that's gonna. I'm divorced now, but I'm saying I was separated for about 7 to 8 years. And yeah, you can still co-parent. You can still, you know, do your thing, and you can still um have a healthy relationship with the baby mama and it not be romantic. You know, you don't have to deal with that. You just deal with your kid, keep things cordial. You know what I mean, and keep it pushing. You know what I mean. So there you have it. You know, I still thought it was kind of funny that she tested out his height and stuff, but like I said, Maury handled it pretty well. So shout out to Maury. Next up, Aries meets her family and meets Phil. Okay. Now, one thing I noticed is that I said all season that I thought Aries looked it like Janet Jackson, right? Y'all remember that? If y'all been watching me, yeah, you know I said she looked like Janet Jackson. And then they show her mother and her mother name. Can anybody remember what her mother name is? Yeah, it's Janet. I'm like, this is just a funny coincidence. That's all. It's just a funny coincidence. She has her sister there too, and her sister, one thing her sister said that really kind of tripped me out, right? And it's something I noticed. And I don't know what this is. Her sister said people can be good and not be for you. Now, to some people, that might seem harmless. Well, okay, well, what's the big deal about that, Mike? She's right about that. That's true. People can be good and not be for you. But why do you have to say that? I'm just curious. Why do you have to? You're showing pessimistic views before you even meet the guy. This is before she even met Phil. She was like, and yeah, he could be good and not be good for you. Almost like they're on a mission to keep her single. Her and her mother on a mission to keep her single. It's like, why? I don't want to say it's in our community, it's in the city, but I kind of do want to say it's in ourselves. We're just so pessimistic with relationships these days. We're just so pessimistic. I don't know any other group of people that are so pessimistic when meeting new people. Or he could be, he could be good, but not for you, and this, that, and the third, and then they start judging him and stuff. It's like, oh my goodness. I just look. Even Phil felt it, so it wasn't just me. Even Phil felt, I kind of want to say animosity. I know they're there to look out for Aries and they're there to judge this guy, but I swear, Black folks, y'all are the most pessimistic people on the planet, especially when it comes to relationships. I'm just keep it real, man. And look, I'm not in other communities, so I can't necessarily say I know, but I got an idea that they don't handle it with so much pessimism. You know what I'm talking about, damn it. So that's what I'm saying, man. It's like, why you gotta be so pessimistic all the time, man? That's annoying. Why can't you see, oh yeah, and I'm happy to meet him. Where is the young man? Why can't we ever approach something like that? Just being real. Like, where is the young man? I'm excited to meet him. I'm so happy for you, Aries, that you found a guy that you like. It wasn't that at all. It was, oh no, well, yeah, he could be good, but not for you. And yeah. Do he love Jesus? It's like, let me calm down, man. But that was another thing. That was another thing that came up was religion. And Phil said, look, listen, I'm not, I'm Buddhist. That works for me. Well, this household, we Christian. Okay. We love the Lord. Okay. We love Jesus. How is that going to work for you? And he said, look, listen, I'm open. I'm open to everybody's religion. And, that's not a problem. He said, I even prayed over the food, you know. Oh, well, yeah, we love that. We love that. Well, go ahead and pray for the food. And he prayed and he said, and, amen. And she was like, in Jesus' name. And, and Phil was like, see there, I knew they was going to judge me because I ain't say in Jesus' name. Like, oh my goodness. Then they was asking, well, but what kind of leader are you? What kind of leader are you? Are you a, how would you lead the house? Oh, well, I believe in the whole partnership thing. You know what I mean? So, I'll go to Aries and we'll make decisions together. Oh, whoa, what? This is what they was thinking. They didn't react that dramatically, but it was like, okay, what? And remember the conversation I had with y'all earlier? I said, remember this conversation with Morier, and when he met, Kat's cousin, and Morier said he had control of his household. That was negative. And when Phil say he makes decisions along with Aries, and that was the wrong decision. So listen, I know every woman is not the same. I get that. Okay. But you're damned if you do it, you're damned if you don't. For real. If you take control of your household. And with one family, oh, that's too controlling. That's the same. I don't know if y'all watched what is that? That other show with me? The Love Experiment with Paige. When Chris said, the man takes control of the household, he's the leader. Oh Lord, she had all kind of problems with that. Same thing with Cat family. They don't like men taking control of the household. Then you meet Aries, and her family is like, what? You don't take control of the house? Oh, not now. Look, listen. This could be due to religion. Okay, this could be due to religion. They are a Christian family at Aries' house, and they believe the man should lead. Okay. Same thing with Chris. Chris believed the family should lead because he's super religious. Aries' family thinks the man should lead because they are super religious. That don't come into play with Paige. That don't come into play with Kat and her family. Maybe that's the difference. But I'll just leave it at that. I just noticed it was something that was bothering them, and it seemed like the guys can never win. I don't care if it's Chris. I don't care if it's Morier. I don't care if it's Phil. These guys can never win when it comes to answering the question of leadership. those are the only times it seemed to come into play. It seemed to even be a question. Every time it was questioned, they didn't like it. I tell you what, fellas, from now on, don't even answer that question. Try to avoid that question as much as possible, because apparently it's a big decision making, and apparently, who knows if they're gonna like your answer. I mean, listen, if it's me, I'm gonna just let you know. If I'm gonna be the leader of any roof I'm under. Okay, that's just how I move. I'm way too grown. Okay, so I'm gonna be the leader of any household I'm in, and my wife, fiance, girlfriend, whoever is gonna have to accept that. I make no bones about it. You know, I'll be right there with Maurier. Look, this is my household, and yes, I will control how it runs. But here's the difference. As the man, I'm putting my life on the line for this family. Physically, financially, security-wise, okay? I don't want my woman to do all of that, okay? But if I'm gonna do that as a man, because I am a man, and I'm gonna put my life on the line, I am going to have to steer this ship. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. Now, if you want to share steering the ship with another guy and y'all go in all kind of different directions, knock yourself out. I'm not your guy. And I can live with that. But this ain't about control. This is about leadership. Okay? This is about making sure that this family is going in the direction it needs to go in. And if you love me, you will trust me enough to let me lead this ship and drive the ship, and not question every turn I make. Okay? I know where I'm going. Okay? I need you to focus on other things. But I'm gonna lead the ship as the head of the household. It ain't got nothing to do with religion either. It's just how it is. So there you have it. I just found her family to be very pessimistic when it comes to meeting him. And they started questioning him. Now, one of the things that they questioned him on was, well, look, how are your finances looking like? What do you do? And Phil was like, yeah, I tell a couple jokes, I make people laugh. I get into comedy, so I ain't got no problem talking in front of, large audiences. And yeah, but do those jokes turn into dollars? Oh, no, not when you first start now. Are you first starting out? Are you just starting out? Oh, well, yeah. Aries had to take another sip of wine, This is going downhill fast. He ain't a leader. He ain't got no finances. You about to marry another child, girl. You about to marry another child, okay, that you're going to have to take care of. I'm sure that's what her family was telling her. My whole thing is this, y'all. Listen. I'm not mad at her family and how they looked after her. I'm not even mad at Aries for looking for a guy. I'm not looking for a guy who's financially stable. I'm not mad at none of that. Let me be clear, okay? What makes my ass itch, okay, is the fact that she is just now figuring this out. Why did you waste this guy's time? Phil could have been making a connection with another woman, okay? He could have been making a more a solid connection with Kat. He said it was between Kat and Aries, but it's hard to catch up with Aries. Well, if Aries was going to do all of that, she should have let him go earlier so he could have connected with Kat. And we could have had 4, well, still 3, but instead of Aries being at the end, it would be Kat and Phil at the end. However, Kat, she don't like a broke dude either. Okay. She's made it very clear in a lot of her monologues that if there is one flaw about Kat, is that she can come off a little, I don't want to say gold diggerish because she's not gold diggerish, but maybe superficial. One thing she is allergic to is a broke man too. So, but she knows that. She knows that, and maybe that's why she didn't connect with Phil. She let Phil do whatever he was going to do. I don't know, but my whole point is, Aries should have figured this out sooner, so that Phil could have possibly made connections with other women. All she did was waste the dude's time and her own time. Now listen, Mike, catch him, give him a break, right? All this happened a lot sooner than it appears, right? They only filmed for what, 4 weeks? So maybe she couldn't figure it out that fast. I don't know. Maybe she couldn't. But this is what I mean by people don't know what they're doing. Like if that's that important to you, it should be high on your priority list. What was the real motivation? Was it just to make it to the end? Because you didn't pull that card out until the very, very end, practically. We went what? 10 episodes without that being an issue. 10 episodes. I don't know what that translated into weeks, but it had to be at least what, 6 weeks of filming, something like that. 6 weeks of filming, and now it's important. I don't know, but wasn't easy for your boy. Phil really had a hard time, and the ladies was really, I would say Aries family was really critical of him. And I will say, listen, family is going to tell you stuff that you're going to miss. You're going to miss. So it did open up some eyes of Aries, what her family was saying to her. It did open her eyes a little bit. And I think what really hit her is that what her sister said, and that was, you think your father would like him? And I think that was the decision maker for Aries. Next up, Morier meets Jessica Cuz. Okay. First question is, can you handle a boss? Because this sister here is a boss. Okay. Morier is like, I'm a boss. So yeah, I can handle that. It's not a problem. Bosses talk to each other all the time. Like I said, the guy is quick on his feet. He got the right answers. He's up there. His recall is pretty nice. So I, shout out to Morier. Jessica says she can be, she said, people think that because you're a boss at work, you want to come home and be a boss. She said, I don't want to do that. I want to be domesticated. I found that funny because she can't cook. How can you be domesticated, Jessica, if you can't cook? Listen, you're obviously you're intelligent. Learn how to cook. But the cousin was like, okay, so that means you're going to cook, huh? And Maury was like, yeah. And I know as far as career, Maury has entrepreneur. But I'm at that moment, I've kind of figured like this guy must be in a restaurant business. He must be a chef. He must have his own catering business or food truck or something like that. That must be what he does for a living. I always seen entrepreneur. I couldn't put two and two together until then. I was like, oh, okay, he must be some kind of chef. I mean, that would explain the girth the brother got. That would also, he'll come home and cook, and he wants to open up a restaurant. So I kind of put all that together to say he must be in the food business. To what capacity, I don't know. He might be a chef, but I think that's what his career is, a restaurateur. And it's around this time too that I start to say, you know what? I really do like the effort that Jessica is putting into this process. I had to come to terms with that and say, this woman is really giving it an effort. She's really giving it an effort, and she's really trying to make this work. Is she just trying to get to the end? I don't know, but I do see the effort that Jessica is putting into this. Jessica, I mean, she came into the whole shows talking about, this is we're all at graduation. This is we're at graduate school. We got our caps and gowns, and we're all ready to get our diplomas. And that's when I knew, when she said that, that's when I knew if Morier was going to pick her, she was going to say yes. That's when I knew she was going to say it. I mean, this was at the front end of the show, and I was like, oh, okay. So she's looking at this as a celebratory, and this is an accomplishment. So I don't have no doubt that she's going to say yes if they get to the end. But I gotta acknowledge the effort that I see Jessica putting in, and I would even say compromising. She was even compromising with Morier. All right. So I started to see it when he sat down with her and her cousin, and they were talking. I was like, Jessica is really, first of all, she looked real nice coming in there and meeting them. And I was like, this woman is putting in some effort, man. I got to give her props for that. I gotta give her props. No matter what I thought about her, I got to give her props for putting in effort. Next up is the Aries in the field decision. All right. And the Aries in the field decision, it was what it was. I wasn't surprised. I told you I don't think that they're going to connect. I don't think they're going to walk off the show with each other. This was a lot of people's number one couple right here. Okay, Aries and Phil. But I was like, I'm not buying it. Okay. And I seen the ways of Aries, and I was like, even if she said yes, I would have been skeptical of this whole situation. I'm gonna just be real. I know what kind of woman Aries is, and believe it or not, she did Phil a huge favor by rejecting him. Phil was like, look, she said, I know I need to respect my man. And he was like, what? Oh, what? Okay, yeah. If you don't respect me, I don't want you. You can keep that. I'm right there with him. But I already knew it. I already knew all of this. Okay. Phil had to live it out but I seen it coming a mile away. I was like, I don't trust this woman. I don't trust her. I, you know, 2 divorces. She had no problem making it a third. If she don't respect you, she's going to get rid of you. You don't want them problems. Don't waste your time with Aries. Okay. You know, ain't no woman that fine. And Aries show ain't fine enough to deal with that. Okay. I'm gonna just be real. Um, you know, to how can I explain this? I can't come up with. I had one before, but I can't come up with a scenario that's like this. But it will just be a complete disaster. Okay, it would just be a complete disaster. It would just be a waste of time. It's almost like a catfish, right? Where you talking to somebody, you think there's somebody else, right? You get to their house or you meet somebody and it's somebody like totally different. Like you feel like you wasted a whole bunch of time. Um, you feel like you've been bamboozled. You feel like uh you were sort of robbed. You were robbed of your time. Like I said before, she did feel a huge favor by rejecting him. I just wish Aries would have figured this out before. I don't know if she was just trying to get to the end and the timing was right. Once Phil lowered his choices down just to Aries, she started flipping out. She started acting brand new and different. When he had more connections, she was cool. But when he narrowed it down just to her, now she want to act funny. It's like, I just wasn't feeling that. Next up, Janelle meets, Q. And Q said something very strange. He said, you're very beautiful. That's not strange, but but I just noticed how the brother always called Janelle's beautiful. And I'm not saying that she's not. I'm just saying I'll just leave it at that. Again, y'all know how I feel about Q. But he said something very weird to me. He said, I don't care as much about the kids as I do the person that I'm with. Why is that weird, Mike? You just told this woman you want 3 kids. You mean to tell me you so infatuated with her, you're going to give up your dream of having your own kids and adopt kids with her? What's going to end up happening is you're going to grow resentment. If you get married, you're going to get divorced, you're going to grow you're going to grow resentment, you're going to get divorced, and then you're going to pay child support for kids that aren't yours. If you even last. I don't even think y'all gonna last. But that's even if y'all even last. Janelle should have done you the favor of telling you, Quentin, you're too young. Go out there and find your queen that's going to give you the family and the lifestyle that you want. That's what she should have said to you. But she didn't say that. And I have a theory about that later on, but I'll tell you that later. But she said yes, he said yes, they got together. the whole time I'm thinking, I'm not buying this. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not a connection between them two, but I'm not buying the longevity. I'll put it that way. I don't think it'll last. Now, this is a couple I said would not say, that I thought we weren't gonna have any matches. I put it that way, and I was wrong about that. But I forgot this is Hollywood. Okay, now they both said yes. And then you got the whole theme music, and know it took some time to get to a place where you want to be or whatever that is. And I'm like, I gotta grab my throw up bucket because I'm like, this is ridiculous. Okay. I know I'm being a little graphic, y'all. Just work with me. All right. But I just the Janelle is going to be his mama. That's what Janelle is going to be. Janelle is going to be Quentin's mama. Maybe he see a mama figure in him that he's lacking. I don't know what he see in her, to be honest. Blinded by, blinded by the light skin. I don't know. He's infatuated with her, y'all. He talk about her dimples. He talk about her face and how beautiful, and he's infatuated. It's infatuation. It's not. He's not. He's a young guy. He's what, 34, something like that. I just wasn't buying it. I'd be interested to know if they're still together at that reunion, or if they even still together today. So, and then Morier meets Jessica at the decision instead of Kat. I can understand that move. And Jessica says yes, and she negotiates with him on a religion thing. She negotiates with him on a moving to Africa thing. I don't know. I still got my bucket just in case I got a Earl. Okay. Listen. A part of me does feel like Jessica is being genuine. Okay. As a matter of fact, I would not be surprised if Jessica and Morier is still together. I don't think Quentin and Janelle is still together today. But I think Jessica and Morier is still together today. I think they're the only couple that was on the show is still together. Now, there might be some couples shuffling around that were on the show that are new, like maybe Aries is with Chris now. I don't know. I think Aries is too big for Chris, to be honest. It's not a match like Morier and Kat. I just can't physically see them together. But here's another conclusion I came to. Jessica and Janelle are the brightest women on the show. They're the most intelligent women on the show. Okay. I think these women had a pact. They called each other, "Hey girl, what's up, girl? Yeah, we made it. Yeah, we made it because we the best. Yeah, we fooling everybody. You got that right, girl. We're gonna make our image look good. Okay, we getting to the end. Now here's what we do, girl. If your man say he accepts you and he wants you, then you accept him. Okay, worry about all the other stuff later. But we ain't gonna be embarrassed on TV. But if he say he don't want you, then we gonna say we don't want them either. Okay, we gonna make a deal. Yeah, Jessica, we gonna make a deal. We gonna do that. All right, Janelle, we gonna make a deal. Let me tell you, these women are the most intelligent women on the cast, and I think Kat is right behind them. Okay, how did the two bottom women? Now listen, when I give rankings, I don't give rankings for who's going to last. Okay, because the men don't know what the hell they're doing. I can't account for who's gonna make it to the end of the show. Okay, my rankings is based on wifey material. All right, and the two bad girls who I had at the bottom, they made it to the end. That's because the guys that are there make questionable decisions, and that's a whole nother story. But I got to give props to Janelle. She got G. She got psychology. I got to give props to Jessica. She got G. She is more reasonable than I thought she would be, and she got psychology. Now I think them two had a pact to make it to the end and get their man and go right off into the sunset, and they orchestrated a way to do that. And they found themselves at the end. While all the other women was, I guess you could say, playing around, these two women who are business women who own their own companies were on a mission. They don't believe in failure. Okay? They don't believe in failure. They're not going to get embarrassed on TV, and they're not going to fail at anything, especially no RTL. Now, they had all kind of reasons not to even try this. Janelle got a guy who's too young, who want all these babies, okay, who's a fitness trainer, and she got this guy to choose her. Jessica got a guy whose religion is questionable, who is going to Africa, okay, and all this other stuff. And he didn't want no more kids. They had all the they had all the reasons in the world not to choose these guys. That's why I don't know if this is a publicity stunt or these women are really trying to work things out with these men. I haven't figured that part out. I want to give both of the ladies praise for making it to the end and negotiating with their men. I really want to do that. But I don't know if it's sincere or not. I don't know if this is a publicity to get to the end, or if they really are working on making their relationships work. Let's keep it real. Janelle ain't got a whole lot of time. Okay. So if she got a guy like Quentin, she better be trying to make it work. And that means popping out as many babies as she possibly can, if she can. Okay. Now, instead of fighting online with Kat and acting all, ghetto fabulous, you know what I mean, and talking smack, she needs to be working out things with her man if she still got him, which she probably don't. However, a part of me feels like Jessica and Morier is still together because Morier still defends Jessica to the end. Like he's in interviews I've seen him in, he defends Jessica like crazy, like he's still with her. That's why I think they probably still together. It's been a crazy season, y'all. Let me know if y'all buying it. Let me know, was there any surprises? It's funny because the one couple that people thought were going to say yes said no, and the couples that people thought that should say no said yes. Okay? But I don't know. It's a crazy, crazy season. I'm ready for the reunions. Again, I am going to do a new ranking of all 9 women. Guess I'll do the guys too if y'all want to see that. I don't know. I'll do a ranking of the guys too, but I'm definitely going to do the women. I'm gonna do looks, I'm gonna do personality, and then I'm gonna do um wifey rankings. Okay. And it may look a lot different than what you think. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, hit the like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think of this season. Let me know what y'all think of the reunion. Y'all ready for the reunion to get here? I'd be interested to know what city should they go to next. Okay. I'm kind of done with the whole southern, cities myself too. Everything in Texas. I know, Tommy like to stay close to home in Houston. I get it, but come on, man. Get out, move around. Look, I love you, but look, buddy, go, move around. Go to East Coast. Go go back to Atlanta. You know what I mean? If you got to do South, go back to Atlanta. If you got to do, because it's more, budget friendly, then go back to Atlanta. Go somewhere else out of Texas. I love Texas. I got fam in Texas. I'm just done with Texas. Okay. Um, but let me know where they should go. They did Florida. I thought Florida was a good season. Most beautiful women was in Florida, in Miami. You know, especially that last season. I was like, oh my goodness. Um, and let me know what y'all think. Thanks for watching. Hit the like, share, and subscribe, and I will catch you in the reunions. Peace.